Why would you do that? Why would you do that? A woman's voice, weak, fading. Then, please, get him away from me. November 17th, 2025. Gary, Indiana, 2400 block of Pennsylvania Street. A 26-year-old mother is bleeding out on the floor, asking a question that will never be answered. The man standing over her? The same one she messaged on Facebook 3 years ago with 5 bold words, "Want a better one." How did it come to this? Welcome to True Crime Anatomy. To all our subscribers, thank you for being here. I pray you and your families stay safe. If you're new, please hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Here we tell the full story, the parts you won't see in the headlines. July 25th, 1999. That's when Ariana Miles was born. By 2022, she's 23 years old, active on social media, confident. She knows what she wants, and she goes after it. One day, she's scrolling through Facebook and sees him. Charles Franklin, 26 years old, good-looking, but there's a problem. He's in a relationship. Most people would keep scrolling. Ariana doesn't. She sends him a message. "You got a bitch?" He replies, "Yeah." She types back, "Want a better one?" His response, "I wouldn't mind." 4 lines. That's all it took. Charles leaves his girlfriend. He and Ariana start dating. And here's the thing. Ariana isn't ashamed of how they met. She's proud of it. Days later, she screenshots their entire conversation and posts it publicly. The caption reads, "How it started and how it's going." She wants the world to know she won. Over the next few months, she keeps posting videos that seem aimed directly at Charles's ex-girlfriend. One caption reads, "POV, his ex keeps stalking you because she's the loser in real life."
I'm jealous of you?
Yes, you are jealous of me. It's clear. Everybody says it.
Another, "POV, your man shows you his ex."
Some of you don't belong in the category.
To some people watching, it might look petty, maybe even cruel. But to Ariana, this is her victory, her love story. She took what she wanted, and she's not apologizing for it. The relationship moves forward. There are photos of them in matching outfits, videos at family gatherings. They look happy, in love. By December 2024, Ariana announces she's pregnant. She posts, "Thank God I picked the baby daddy I got. He makes sure I have what I need, and I know he's going to make a great father." Oh, and this baby was definitely planned. "I am so blessed to have this man by my side through this tough process, because this sure ain't for the weak." When their son is born, everything changes for her. She posts again, "I am so in love with my son. I thank God every day for this gift. My whole life is complete." This is Ariana at her happiest. A mother, a girlfriend, living the life she fought for. But there's something else about Ariana that her social media followers might not have known. Something that shows who she really was beneath all the bold posts and confident photos. Loyalty. Her best friend, Ken Martin, has kidney failure. Her kidneys are shutting down, and she needs a transplant to survive. On November 11th, 2025, Ken posts an update. "Y'all, my best friend Milani is a perfect match to give me a kidney. I am getting a kidney. I just want to thank God, my family, supporters, literally everybody who believed I could stick this out, and most importantly, my best friend, my sister, my lifeline. I don't think I could have made it this far without her. Since she found out I was having kidney problems, she told me from the get-go she was giving me a kidney, and I never doubted her. So excited." Ariana comments, "From now on, call us the One Kidney Twins. Love you more for life. I always told you I got you." Think about that for a moment. She's willing to give up one of her organs to save her friend's life. This is who Ariana Miles was. Bold, yes. Confident, absolutely. But also devoted, protective. A mother who loved her son. A friend who would literally give a piece of herself to help someone she cared about. She had plans, a future, a son to raise, a friend to save. But in 6 days, she'd be dead. Now let's talk about Charles Franklin. On Ariana's Instagram, he looks like the perfect boyfriend. Matching outfits, family gatherings, smiling next to her at the hospital when their son is born. But if you look closer, if you check the public records, you see something else. Cook County, Illinois. Charles Franklin has a criminal record, robbery, a violent offense. He's a convicted felon. And here's what that means. Legally, Charles Franklin is not allowed to own a gun, any gun, ever. Yet on November 17, 2025, there will be a sawed-off shotgun hidden under the love seat in his home. So how did that happen? Let's go back to the beginning of 2025. Ariana and Charles have been together for about 3 years now. Their son is a few months old. From the outside, everything looks fine. But inside that home, something is happening. April 2025. Police reports show that Charles choked Ariana, punched her, hit her with a belt. Both of them file protective orders against each other that same month. Read that again. They both file protective orders. They're both asking the court to keep the other person away, but they don't separate, they stay together. May 2025. According to records, Charles tells Ariana something chilling. He says, "I love you, but I'll kill you." Love and murder, same breath. June 2025. Witnesses see Charles hit Ariana, choke her, then slam her to the ground so hard she loses consciousness. She's knocked out, on the ground, unresponsive. Why? Why would someone stay after being choked unconscious? After hearing "I'll kill you," after filing a protective order? The answer isn't simple. It never is. Some people stay because they believe it will get better, because they remember the good times, because they have a child together, because they're financially dependent, because they're afraid of what will happen if they leave. Or maybe, just maybe, because leaving is when the violence gets worse. Here's something most people don't understand about domestic violence. The most dangerous moment for a domestic violence victim is the moment they try to leave. That's when the abuser feels their control slipping, and for some, losing control turns deadly. Statistics back this up. Women are 70 times more likely to be killed in the weeks after leaving an abusive partner than at any other time in the relationship. Ariana stayed. By November, their son is 11 months old. Ariana is preparing for the kidney donation surgery to save her best friend's life. On the surface, life is moving forward, but something is changing. Something neither of them can come back from. But by mid-November 2025, people close to her notice something. She's talking, quietly, about ending the relationship. Maybe she's finally ready to walk away. Maybe she's realized her son deserves better. Maybe she's just exhausted. November 17th, 2025. The day starts normal. Ariana takes care of their son. Charles is at home. Their 11-month-old baby, too young to understand what's happening, but old enough to sense when something's wrong. By the afternoon, an argument starts. We don't know exactly what triggered it. Maybe Ariana told Charles she was done. Maybe he found out she was making plans to leave. Maybe it was something small that exploded into something bigger. But the argument centers on one thing. Ariana wants out. Charles doesn't want to let her go. And under the love seat, hidden but within reach, is a sawed-off shotgun. The weapon he's not legally allowed to own. The weapon that shouldn't be in that house. The weapon that's about to end a life. The argument gets louder, more heated. And then Charles reaches for the gun. The shotgun fires. The blast is deafening in the enclosed space. Ariana takes the hit to her abdomen. Close range. But here's the detail that matters most. The trajectory. The bullet enters her body at a downward angle. Downward. That means the gun was pointed down when it fired. That means someone was standing, and someone else was lower, on the ground, or falling. A downward trajectory doesn't match people struggling equally for a weapon. It matches someone in control, someone standing over someone else, someone with power in that moment. Ariana collapses to the floor. Charles picks up his phone. He dials 911. The call connects. Dispatch answers. And while Charles is talking to the operator, something is recorded in the background. Something that will become the most haunting piece of evidence in this entire case. Ariana's voice. Why would you do that? She's not screaming. She's not hysterical. Her voice is almost confused, like she can't process what just happened. Like her brain is trying to make sense of the fact that the man she messaged on Facebook 3 years ago, the father of her child, just shot her. It's a question she'll never get an answer to. Gary Police Department responds fast. Within minutes, officers are pulling up to the 2400 block of Pennsylvania Street. They rush inside. Ariana is on the floor, bleeding, barely conscious. But when the officers enter, she manages to say 5 words. 5 words that will follow this case through every court hearing, every news report, every conversation about what happened that day. Please get him away from me. Not help me. Not I've been shot. Not I'm dying. Please get him away from me. Even now, bleeding out, life draining from her body, she's still afraid of him. She drifts in and out of consciousness. At one point, she tells Charles, her killer, that she's dying. Charles is calm, cooperative even. He directs the officers to the shotgun. It's under the love seat, right where he left it. The officers secure the weapon. They call for an ambulance. Paramedics arrive. They work fast, loading Ariana onto a stretcher. They rush her to the hospital, but the damage is too severe. The close-range shotgun blast to her abdomen has caused catastrophic internal injuries. Ariana Miles, 26 years old, mother, friend, kidney donor, doesn't survive. She's pronounced dead at the hospital. The woman who once boldly asked a stranger, "Want a better one?" is gone. And her final words will echo forever. Why would you do that? The 911 recording is the first piece of evidence that destroys Charles's story. If this was truly a struggle, two people fighting equally for control of a weapon, why is Ariana asking, "Why would you do that?" Those words don't come from someone who was part of a mutual fight. They come from someone who was hurt by someone they trusted, someone who can't understand what just happened. The forensic autopsy comes back with more evidence. The gunshot wound to Ariana's abdomen was fired at close range, inches away, and the trajectory is downward. That angle tells investigators everything they need to know. Charles was standing. Ariana was below him. He had the gun, he had control, he pulled the trigger. Detectives start pulling records on Charles Franklin, and what they find builds a timeline of violence. Cook County, Illinois, Charles is a convicted felon. Robbery, a violent crime. He served time. And because of that conviction, Charles Franklin is legally prohibited from owning any firearm. Not a handgun, not a rifle, not a sawed-off shotgun. Yet there was a shotgun in his home, under his love seat, within his reach. That's a felony right there. Before the murder, just possessing that weapon is a crime. But the investigators keep going. They pull domestic violence records from 2025. And they learn something critical. In the days before her death, Ariana had been talking about leaving. She was making plans. She was done. Charles Franklin is arrested at the scene. He's taken into custody without incident. The charges come fast. Murder, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, additional felony charges related to the domestic violence history. He's held without bail. The judge doesn't see him as someone who's safe to release back into the community. When the case goes to court, Charles's defense team argues that the shooting was accidental, that he and Ariana were struggling for the gun, that it went off during the fight, that he never intended to kill her. But the prosecutors have evidence that tells a different story. Ariana Miles is dead, but the damage doesn't stop with her. Her 11-month-old son is now motherless. He'll grow up without her. He'll never remember her voice, her laugh, the way she looked at him. He'll only know her through photos and stories. And one day, when he's old enough to understand, someone will have to tell him the truth. His father killed his mother. That's the life sentence her son will carry. Not behind bars, but in his mind, in his heart. Ken Martin, Ariana's best friend, posts a heartbreaking tribute after her death. Just 6 days earlier, she was celebrating. Ariana was a perfect match. She was going to give her one of her kidneys. She was going to save her life. Now that's not going to happen. The transplant she desperately needed, the gift Ariana promised her, died with her. "I got you," she told her. But she's gone. And so is her kidney. And so is her chance. Ariana's social media is still up. Her Instagram, her Facebook, frozen in time. The bold girl who sent that first message, "Want a better one?" The proud mother posting about her son, "My whole life is complete." The loyal friend promising, "I always told you I got you." It's all still there, but the comments have changed. What used to be celebratory, hearts, fire emojis, congratulations, are now filled with "rest in peace," candle emojis, prayers. Her page has become a memorial. This case leaves us with questions that don't have easy answers. Why did Ariana stay after April? After Charles choked her, punched her, hit her with a belt? Why did she go back? Why did she stay after May when he told her, "I love you, but I'll kill you"? Why did she stay after June when he choked her so hard she lost consciousness? The answer isn't simple, and it's not fair to ask, why didn't she just leave? Because that question puts the blame on her. Domestic violence traps people. It's not just physical, it's psychological, financial, emotional. Fear keeps people trapped. Dependence keeps people trapped. Hope, the belief that this time will be different, keeps people trapped. And the most dangerous belief of all, "I can handle this." Ariana thought she could, but she couldn't. Here's another question. Why didn't the protective orders work? Both Ariana and Charles filed protective orders in April. Legal documents, court orders, official warnings, but paper can't stop bullets. Protective orders only work if they're enforced, and they only work if the victim stays away. Ariana didn't. She went back. Ariana K. Milani Miles was 26 years old. She was a mother, a friend, a woman who went after what she wanted and wasn't afraid to say it. Thank you for watching. If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence situation, please reach out. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-7233. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to go through this alone. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. What do you think could have been done differently in this case? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story affected you, please share it. Awareness saves lives. Tomorrow, we're covering a case where a seemingly perfect marriage hid a secret for 15 years. You won't want to miss it. Until then, stay safe. And remember, love should never hurt.